So, I have a problem. For the past 2 years, I've been using this little thing as my main portal. When people like this man over here have a goddamn sword as their portal. And as the person who is building literally an entire biome, just so I could say that I have the biggest base on the server, I can't let this disgrace go on any further. And to rectify this problem, I have devised a plan. We're gonna make ourselves a 5 portal tall structure with a portal for each layer of the nether, one for the bottom, one for the hub, and one for the roof. Now I'm not entirely sure of the logistics of this portal, but what I do know for sure is that I have no idea where this portal is going to spawn inside this hub, and there is a 90% chance that this thing just spawns right in the middle and ruins everything. But that's a problem for future me, because current me has no idea where we're going to start with this thing. So I think I'm going to build up some islands and see where we go from there. So whilst other me is off building in the background there, I thought it'd be a perfect time to talk about NSG SMP, because as of a couple of weeks ago, it is no longer an SMP. It's just me in a single player world, because someone decided to abandon me. So now I'm all alone in this world, which means I have free reign to do whatever I want. But anyway, that translates to this world no longer having a time limit. So, if any of my one viewer has any ideas about what I should do, leave them in the comment section. Or that other way, I seem to be finishing up over there, so I'll hand you back over to Other Meat. Thanks, Other Meat. So I have a couple ideas of what we're going to be doing here. So first off, we're going to have our portal on this little island right here, as you can see. I have done some planning in a testing world. But for these 3 islands, I thought we would have some sort of structure here with bridges connecting through these islands and back into this cliff. Because I had the idea that if we had like bridges just zigzagging across the place, across all the islands, it would look pretty damn cool. So we're going with that now. And believe me, it does look pretty damn cool now that I've got some plans together in a testing world. But before we work on those builds, I'm running low on resources, so we're going to have to go for a resource hunt really quick. And from my experience gathering this particular resource in the past, it is not very pleasant, so I'm not looking forward to this. Now, the particular resource we're looking for right now, a diorite, and something which I don't have any of, and that would be calcite. Now, calcite only spawns in 2 places in the world. One is extremely inefficient to mine, which is the geodes, and the other is in mountain biomes. Now, I don't know about you, but I don't think I have seen a single mountain biome on this world in the past 2 years, so that's going to be an interesting one to find. Now, if this wasn't 2,000 blocks away, I would put some structure there, but anyway, we're here because we're in need of this stuff. Now, in my infinite wisdom once again, I decided to make the bottom of my structures textured out of this annoying together wood, so I'm gonna have to find some sort of farm that farms up this stuff, you know. So we're gonna have to find some sort of farm that farms up this stuff right here, because I am not mining hundreds of thousands of blocks by hand. Alright, so after a week of mining bird poop and slightly different textured stone, we've got 2 of the main stone types we're going to need for this build. The other is just, normal stone, which I have a lot of, and cobblestone, which I do not have a lot of. But, now, this plays into what I said earlier of this being a single player world now, and thus everything here rightfully being owned by myself, which means technically speaking, it isn't stealing if I use someone else's farm. I wonder if there's actually stuff there. Oh my god, this is so good. Oh my god. And no one's gonna know. That might actually be enough to finish the entire build. I was prepared to have to make my own farm, but that just saved me several hours. So now onto my most dreaded block of this build to farm, this stuff. Now, I don't know about you, but I've never farmed this stuff even once. beyond the point of just being able to just harvest them by hand, which I'm not doing because I need several thousand of these blocks. So yeah, I'm gonna have to find a farm specifically for these guys and brush off my old redstone skills. So in building this farm, I came across a problem, and that being I have absolutely no sort of farming district. So I think next episode we're going to have to work on a place for our tree farms, seeing as I am not spending multiple days just gathering wood in a forest anymore because I've done that too much. So now that we have all the wood we need, we can get started on the actual build. Is what I would say if I didn't get we needed light green concrete. So I'm flying over to the old cavalry's base to see if he might have a concrete farm. So yes, he does. Oh my god. This is a concrete farm, right? Oh my god, it is. That'll be fine. It'll be fine. You know, I'm starting to run out of things to say during these little time lapses. So while I'm building the crystals in the background, I thought it would be a good time to give you some head lore about this base. So these are floating islands, obviously. These crystals are supposed to be some sort of like magical mumbo jumbo that keeps them afloat, because they're not just floating, they're like, I could do some sort of magnetism theme, you know, Minecraft. So yeah, just crystals, magic stuff, floating rocks, and they're using to power this big portal here. Now you might be noticing, you know, slightly different color palette to my current build. Yeah, we're completely ditching this. This is just gonna be there, I suppose. I have no plans on what to do with this, how to tie this into the build, but the rest of the build, I'm gonna have this diorite calcite type white color, which I think looks pretty cool. Never doing this again. It is a pain in the ass. So I think it's about time we actually build this thing. And it's done. Now let me tell you, when I say those little struts, those little zigzaggy waggy things, when I tell you they took ages to do, I mean they took ages to do. Good god. Now currently lacking a way to get to any of these portals, but I have something fancy called Elytra. So yeah, we're just gonna leave it like that. I am gonna have some pathways, but I don't think I'm gonna have any way to get up to the top portals without an elytra, because I think it will kind of just ruin it if I have a bunch of staircases everywhere. So I think we're gonna start with adding a little staircase down here from this portal up into that portal. Maybe that portal, I have no clue. And with that, the time has come. The time to light these portals and drown in despair as I realize none of them line up with the hub and I have ruined the entire hub. Alright, moment of truth. And I've ruined the entire hub. Future me problems. And I come back out down here. Oh no. Well, I think that actually looks pretty good, regardless of its functionality.